America's Bitcoin crossroads, path to leadership or decline? In the rapidly evolving world of digital assets, the United States seems to be cautiously lagging behind, while other nations sprint ahead. This hesitance is not just a matter of policy inertia but reflects a deeper resistance. The establishment often views these emerging technologies as a threat, reluctant to disrupt the status quo that favors traditional banking allies. This cautious approach, bordering on stifling, impedes progress and innovation in a sector that could redefine global finance. Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren and U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission Chairman Gary Gensler are key figures in this resistance, frequently implementing measures that obstruct the advancement and innovation of digital assets. Their approach, characterized by public skepticism, fear-mongering, and a heavy-handed regulatory stance, is not only setting the U.S. back in comparison to global competitors but also pushing companies and talent to seek friendlier shores. Their overzealous regulatory efforts are inadvertently stifling the very innovation that could position the U.S. as a leader in the digital finance revolution. Their approach is akin to trying to control the wind with a net, an exercise in impracticality and a hindrance to progress. In stark contrast, leaders like Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Vivek Ramaswamy, and Dean Phillips represent a new wave of leadership that understands the complexities and potential of these technologies. Vivek's and Dean's engagement at the nation's first-ever crypto presidential forum, as detailed in a previous article here, highlights the importance of informed discourse on digital assets. These leaders, unlike Senator Warren and Chairman Gensler, seem to embrace technological innovation, recognizing the immense opportunity digital assets present and the importance of adapting law and policy to support, rather than stifle, this innovation. Billionaire investor and longtime Bitcoin bull, Chamath Palihapitiya, recently emphasized a significant shift in perspective on the latest episode of the All In podcast. He stated that the most important trend in 2024 will be the mainstream adoption of Bitcoin. This insight, coming from a prominent figure deeply versed in both technology and finance, highlights the urgency for the U.S. to reassess its approach. Palihapitiya's belief in Bitcoin's imminent mainstream adoption is not a far-off fantasy but a rapidly unfolding reality. With the U.S. on the brink of potentially approving a Bitcoin ETF, a move that could catalyze mainstream adoption, the nation stands at a pivotal moment. The U.S. risks being a mere spectator in a financial revolution, missing a transformative opportunity in the world of finance. In conclusion, the U.S. stands at a critical juncture. It can either continue down the path of overcautious regulation by enforcement, potentially missing out on significant opportunities, or it can pivot, embracing these new technologies. This pivot doesn't mean abandoning regulation but rather adapting it to foster innovation while protecting consumers. It's time for the U.S. to untie its hands and seize the opportunities that digital assets offer. The future is knocking at the door with the promise of a digital finance revolution. It's time the U.S. answers the call. Do you think the U.S. is lagging behind in innovation while global competitors advance? Share your thoughts and opinions about this subject in the comments section.